Next level is a term commonly used to describe people who are interesting, innovative, and inspiring. Join us as we recognize how these incredible people are taking it to the next level.
Everybody, when we leave the lights on in a room, or we leave the water running, or we leave our cars idling, do these things matter? Do they make a difference? I used to think they didn't. Many of us remain frozen in this state of thinking. But as I for my master's degree, I realized that we must find a better way to persuade and convince the public that their daily actions do have an impact on our planet. So why is Random Acts of Green next level? We are rapidly changing the face of traditional environmental messaging using social media. In an age where social media is the hot way to communicate, I realized we could use it as a tool to educate and empower people to make a difference for our environment, right in our communities through online content. It's no secret that social influence is powerful. Take the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, which had millions of people pouring ice buckets over their head to raise money for ALS. This type of content went viral. It shows that when people are engaged and you challenge them to do something, it can have a ripple effect. I realized we could do something similar online by demonstrating sustainable behavior and inspiring others to do the same. Random Acts of Green is sending a positive message that people actually want to be a part of. You can snap a selfie of yourself composting, send a tweet when you carpool, and even brag about your recycling efforts. We're trying to debunk the myth that because nobody else seems to be doing anything, why bother? We are celebrating and communicating environmental wins by showing people actions can and do make a difference. So let me describe to you some examples. We hosted our Pokemon Go litter cleanup event, which had people wandering through parks. Instead of just playing with their smartphones for a game, we convinced them to come out to an event, catch Pokemon, and at the same time, clean up litter. We also just hosted our Peterborough Pete's Go Green initiative, which challenged the Ontario Hockey League, the coaches, the staff, and the players to commit as many random acts of green as possible. Just last week, they contacted me and told me how proud they were that they transitioned from disposable coffee cups to new reusable cups. This really showcased that we are creating awareness that translates into behavior change. We've also hosted our Canada 150 tree campaign, where we hosted just clearly online, giving away 150 maple trees. 150 people showed up to one location, picked up trees, snapped selfies of themselves, and sent them to us. And just yesterday, I had a retired woman show up to my house. She was inspired and challenged by one of my Facebook posts, and she put together a repurposed, ruined quilt and made 4 placemats and an apron out of it. And she was so proud that she had to come deliver it right to me. So again, why is Random Acts of Green next level? We are creating a brand community built for the social media age, and our success has attracted multiple sponsors, national media attention, and a recognized name in the community. I took a leap of faith. I deferred a prestigious PhD program at Waterloo to start a Facebook page. I had a mental tipping point and realized that I had the power to make a difference by applying my master's thesis into the real world right now. I had to challenge myself and in the process challenge others to do something about climate change, to be the change that I wanted to see, but not on my own. I wanted to engage the community. It's proof that when you connect yourself to people who are willing, acting, and who care, and who are willingly becoming unparalyzed, informed, and engaged about climate problems and solutions, big things happen. Whether you're a police officer, a lawyer, whether you're a nurse, a hockey player with the Peterborough Petes, a student, we want you to understand that when you drive a little less, bike a little more, compost, repurpose, that all of these small, individual, random acts of green add up, and we want you to be involved. I built Random Acts of Green to be a social enterprise that was a symbol, prompt, and a reminder that you can help improve our environment. I wanted to be the entrepreneur that wasn't afraid to be bold and loud about the mission that I wanted to achieve, which was to promote more sustainable behavior in Peterborough and beyond. So here's my advice. Instead of convincing yourself that there's nothing you can do, find out how you can do everything you can. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce who I think is next level, which is Dan Legault of Dan Ledan Foods. Come on up.
3 minutes, eh? Okay. Am I going to get kicked out if I go over? Okay. Well, here we go. My name's Dan Legault. I sell chocolate at the farmer's market, and I've been in Peterborough for about 6 years now. My background is culinary, farming, and any kind of catering. I specialize in organic farming, so for me, being next level is trying to increase the amount of people that are using alternatives to conventional agriculture, biodiversity, and kind of stepping aside from monoculture, because I think it's one of the best ways to actually improve the environment and help with climate change, especially in this day and age. A bit of my history is that I was involved at Trent University. When I first moved here, I came to the Sustainable Agriculture Department, and I ended up working there for a couple of years and realizing that I already knew a lot of stuff that they were teaching, and it wasn't really good for me. It didn't teach me what I needed to know. And I met this mentor, Dan Longboat, and he's part of the Indigenous Environmental Studies Department, and he got me involved in that course, so I ended up switching. And to learn so much about decolonization, being a white person, a white male person with all the privilege that I have, it led me to understand a deeper connection that I had to food outside of the colonial world of food, like monoculture, like I was talking about. But to me, it was more like a personal thing. And in that personal experience being at Trent, it taught me everything I could ever learn for the tools that I needed in order to get to the next level. So here I am. Making chocolate using an indigenous product that comes from southern Mexico. It's one of the most traded things on the planet, really. It's, I think, the third most traded thing on the planet. And, you know, there's a lot of negative stuff related to cacao. Yeah, so all my chocolate is fair trade. It's raw, it's organic, and we support indigenous communities all over South America, from Ecuador, Peru, to southern Mexico. And next level for me is getting into more production and turning my chocolate from just the paste to grinding the bean itself and turning that into a product that I can actually directly trade with these people and go down there and have a relationship with them and know that my money's going into their pockets and it's not going into another company or distribution pocket. It's going right directly to them. So that's the biggest part I want to kind of focus on. Other next level things that I'd like to get into is just like, yeah, getting my stuff into stores and find a good distributor, a sustainable, ethical distributor. Anyway, that's that. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning into Next Level. Recognize your next level experiences in the community by sharing them on our Facebook page or by including us on Twitter at NextLevelPTBO. To watch the full-length videos, click one of the images on the screen.